Hey guys, so today we're doing a project pan update. I do this at the start of every month, so if you want to be updated on my project pan, then wait for every single beginning of the month. Here's my Instagram, my TikTok, and my puppy's Instagram, and my drama channel will also be in description, so subscribe, hit that bell, like and comment for engagement because that really helps this channel out, and let's get into it. So I've cut down my project pan quite a bit, just kind of mid-month I'll always make a few kind of slight changes. I've used up a few products, I've hit pan on a few products, so we've got a few updates. Let's just go from the beginning. So here is where we're at with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which is the primer that I'm using right now. And I think I used up I was about here when I started out. I'll just insert clips from last month. But this is where we're at now. I'm almost finished with it. I'm thinking by the end of this month, I should probably be either almost done or completely done with this. I love how you're using up every single drop of product because it's an airless pump. We're making really good progress with this primer. I love it. It works really well, so I'm happy to continue using it. For foundation, I'm using pretty much exclusively this month. I've used nothing else. Well, the previous month I've used nothing but the Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'll continue to use this foundation because it's perfect and it makes me look perfect. I'm once we get into summertime, I'll definitely switch it up to a more skin tint foundation, but for now I'm still using this one and it just looks really pretty. I just really like it, so I'll continue to use that. You can't really tell how much progress I've made. There's a little bit of glass peeking through there, but I couldn't have made much progress because you really don't need a lot for full coverage. I'm still using the Pat McGrath Labs concealer, but with the foundation you really kind of can't tell how far along I am. I've made some good progress, but I can't really see it, and I don't weigh my stuff because I would go crazy if I did that, so I don't really weigh anything. But once they're done, and you'll know about it. I finished the Colourpop powder, so I'm putting in the Nabla Close-Up Baking and Setting Powder. It's been really good. I think this is actually really nice. I know I've complained about complexion products from Nabla, but I never really complained about the powders because probably the only reason I didn't like them is because I used them on top of complexion products that I didn't like. And now that I'm using it on top of concealers and foundations that I like, it's a regular powder. It's nice. It's quite big. You get 30 grams. This will probably last me a while. You can't even tell how much I am off the top. I've barely just started it. The Jouer powder that I hate. This is the Soft Focus Hydrate and Set Powder in Fair. This is how much progress I've made. Look at that. It's there's just the logos here and up here, but all of this is just used up powder, and I should be done with this really soon. I'm giving this a month to max 2 months and it should be completely done, and I'll be happy to see it go because I don't like it very much, so I just use it very sparingly, but I still managed to get through a lot of it. I use a lot of powder for someone that likes a dewy face. I use quite a lot of powder. So then we have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light, which we're making also very good progress on. Look at that. Oh my god. I've got a tiny bit left in the corner. I tried to stab my brush into there so that it doesn't get left behind. And then there's pan on the side, pan up here, and it's completely flattened out. So extremely happy with that. But now, super exciting stuff. The Ambient Lighting Edit Ghost Palette from Hourglass, which is 2019 Christmas, maybe? 2019, I think. Yeah. So this is it. I've used up the powder, which is, these two powders are this, and it's that way with every palette. They just switch up the shades a little bit. So there's these two that I've used up ages ago. The whole bronzer I used up this month, and then I don't really touch this blush right now because I've been focusing on this one, and I haven't really used the highlight much, but I'm about this far in with the blush. It's completely flattened out, and obviously I'm missing probably almost half of the blush. What I'm gonna do is keep the powder in, right? But because I've used up the bronzer in this, I didn't want to take out another single bronzer because then I have to take out a highlight as well, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna put this away for now and come back to this once I've done all my other stuff, and then maybe I'll finish this blush off. But now that I've hit pan on it, and I've hit pan on, finished these, and I've hit pan on this, I only have the blush and the highlight left. So I'll leave that palette for now because I'm kind of getting a bit bored of it. And I'm going to take the 2020 palette and put it in. It's got one finishing powder, one bronzer, blush, and one metallic strobe powder, which I prefer the metallic strobe powders over just the regular highlighters. So this is the palette. I used it today. I actually complained about this bronzer before, and I don't know what it was. Maybe I used a different brush, maybe I used a different complexion product. I didn't love it. I didn't love it quite as much as I like these bronzers because this one's a little bit different. It doesn't have the like marbling going through it. None of these do. I don't mind it in the blush, but in the bronzer sometimes it can get a little bit patchy. But actually with the brush that I used it with and the complexion products that I have underneath, it actually blended out okay. So I'm just going to put this in. I'm still, like I said, I'm going to keep in the powder and continue to use it and then go into this powder. But I have a blush, bronzer and highlight, and it's a smaller palette. So I'm going to add these two in. For now, I'll take this one out and then come back to it another time when I'm feeling like I want to come back to it. Because I feel like I've made really good progress on it. So I don't want to like demotivate myself and not use products that I want to use because I'm like desperate to finish it. So I'm just putting it away because I feel like I've like used it, got my money's worth out of it. So I'm just going to like put it off to the side for now. So let's say that's complexion products. When it comes to powders, that's it. I'm putting in the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wands in Pinkgasm and Spotlight, which is a blush and a highlight. So in case I'm feeling like doing a cream look, I'm putting these two in. However, with this blush, I wanted to put it on my hand and I accidentally squeezed out too much and it got really messy. So what I did is I took it off my hand and I put it into like an empty container that I had because there's quite a little bit here. So I'm first gonna tackle this and then go into the actual tube, but I'm putting these into the project pan just as cream products. I was using the Kylie setting spray in the Fenty What It Do setting spray bottle because I kind of poured it over because I liked that sprayer. And what happened was I broke the sprayer somehow and it's like doing a squirt. Like it's doing like one of those like right on one spot of the face and it just doesn't look good. So I'm putting it away until I empty out a different bottle so I can pour that one into a different bottle. So for now, I'm using just the next one up, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray from Charlotte Tilbury, which I'm about here with. Not really much progress because I've started using it literally like 2 weeks ago. So that's in there. But because this one is just like a makeup extender where it just like tightens the skin, I'm also putting in the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist, and that one adds a lot of dew and a lot of shine. So I'm about here with it, just about the same amount as the Charlotte Tilbury, like off the top. I've pretty much just used about the similar amount. So I'm putting these two in and hopefully I'll be done with those soon. That's it for complexion. Now let's get into just how I do my face. The MAC Paint Pot. I'm making actually really good progress considering it's a primer and you don't really use a lot of it. I wear eyeshadow every day pretty much, so this is where we're at. It's a lot of progress has been made. I've rehydrated it a few times, so I keep on adding more milliliters in as I'm taking them out. So it just seems like I'm not making as much progress, but I am, considering I keep on adding stuff in to rehydrate it. Then the Glossy Boy Brow. I finished the Colourpop Brow Gel. Not sure if that was in the last update or in between the updates, but I'm using the Glossy Boy Brow and this one's almost finished as well. It's like starting to dry up where if you take it out, there's not that much on the wand, like there's a tiny tip, but it's starting to dry up. So I think by next month I'll be kicking this one out and then I'll be starting a new one, which is really nice. If you guys are new to these project pans, start with the New Year one. I'm gonna link it in description. Basically my project pan for 2021 kind of explains everything. Every single month I pick palettes that I want to focus on and then I just want to see how much progress I made. I made really good progress in January with the Norvina palette from ABH, not the Norvina Pro, like the small Norvina palette. I like hit pan on 2 shades. It was really good. Then in February I put in the Colourpop Go Coconuts palette and the Cloud Spun pink palette, and I did not make any progress at all. I basically used those a handful of times because I bought so many new palettes that I was trying out that I had basically no time to use those palettes, and I took them out because what I find is with those 2 palettes, they're very good for a neutral brown look or a pink, hot pink, like bubblegum pink look. They're not really good for much else. So you're not really getting a variety of looks. You're just getting the same 2 looks over and over again. You can't really get a different look. It looks the same every single time. So I realized that I wasn't using them as much because I was basically getting the same look every single time and I like to look a bit different. So I've taken those out. I would have taken them out anyway, but I have no progress to show you guys. So I'm not even going to attempt because you're not going to see any progress. There was none. So I'm putting in 3 palettes this month. I actually took out a lot of stuff in between project pans because I think I was getting a little bit too ambitious. I started putting in like 5,000 lip glosses and 5,000 lip liners and eyeliners, and I just needed to dial it down because I have one face. There's only so much progress I can make. So I'm putting in 3 eyeshadow palettes just because they're small. So I'm putting in the Wild Child palette from Colourpop, which is like a newer buy, and I'm just so excited to use it. I feel like I get more variety from this one than the Going Coconuts one because this one goes quite deep. And I'm wearing it today in like a winged out smoky eye, and I basically used this one, this one, this one, and this one, and then a little bit of this shimmery shade. No, this shimmery shade here. This is a sequin. I'm just really excited to use this. You get 1, 2, 3 shimmers, 1 glitter, 1 sequin, and then 4 mattes, which I think is the perfect amount of mattes to create a look. And I'm just really excited to use this one. I really like it actually. So I'm gonna try and make progress on that. Then I'm putting in 2 Natasha Denona mini palettes, and then every month I'll be putting in at least 1 Natasha Denona palette, because those are the ones that I bought recently and I want to make more use out of them because I bought them and I spent a lot of money on them. So I'm putting in the, even though I said this one was my least favourite, I'm putting in the mini star because even though this shade here is disappointing, I love the mattes in this. So if you just take out the turquoise, which has really disappointed me because it just doesn't work. I tried to use it the other day and I was like, yeah, I don't like it at all. So if you take out this one for £22, this is perfect for me. I like this. This is a nice transition shade. You deepen up with this. They're quite cool tone shades. This is the inner corner and brow bone. And then you get this beautiful like dirty gold brown. So I'm keeping this one in as my more neutral toned down look. And then this is my like more warm toned chocolatey look. And then I thought I'd put in a pink because I like to, you know me, I like to use a pink eyeshadow all the time. So I have the Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. Actually more purples than pinks when it comes to the mattes. So there's like a lavender shade, a purple that almost looks brown, but if you're in person with me, you can tell it's quite clearly purple, but on camera it looks brown. And then there's this beautiful, like this shade here. If you have the Kaleidos Sashimi City palette, this is the pink. It's the exact same pink pretty much. It goes from copper to hot pink. It's the same concept, you can see it. Then there's this inner corner highlight and you get basically 2 shimmers for the lid. And you get a lighter transition shade and a deeper purple tip. This is a perfect palette. It's perfect. Beautiful. So I'm keeping those in for now and I'm just going to see how easily I can go through them. They seem quite powdery, so maybe I can make some progress. I have the glitter glue in my project pan all the time because I use it for some shimmers. I can't really measure how much of this I used up. But for the last 2 months, I've been putting in a lot of Super Shock shadows from Colourpop because I was like, oh, let me make a lot of progress. And I just ended up not using any of them because it was overwhelming. So I'm putting in just one, the one that I wanted to use up for the whole year. And I said, maybe I'll put in one so I can see if I can actually finish it before the end of the year. And you guys said it's quite doable because there's not like a lot filled in there. So I'm still keeping in just the Ritz one. I keep on rehydrating it because it keeps on cracking. This is basically a faulty product. Everyone told me that when they bought Ritz, it cracked for them as well. So I've rehydrated it twice now and it seems fine. This is probably one of the only Super Shock shadows I'm going to keep in for this whole year just to see how much progress I can make. If I hit pan, I might switch it out, not finish it completely, you know what I mean? But for now, I just want to keep it in on its own because I felt like I just wasn't using any of them. I have the Raw Beauty Kristi brown eyeliner that she released. I've been using this one quite a lot. I don't know if you can really tell how much progress I've made, but I have about this much left. And then recently I bought the Honeydude eyeliner, which is like a nude shade, which I use if I'm doing any like lighter shades, aka if I do like a pink or something like that. I use this one, but I haven't really made much progress on it, so I'm just gonna keep that in there. Then I have 2 mascaras. I used up the KVD mascara, I used up the Hourglass mascara, so for now I'm using the ABH Lash, what's it called? I don't know, they have one mascara, it's this one, the rose gold one. I really like it. The one's huge though, so I keep on getting it on my eyelids, but it makes my eyelashes really big. So I'm putting in this one. Oh, Lash Brag, that's what it's called, Lash Brag. But it's already quite dry, so I feel like by next month I'll probably have a new mascara. So in the new project pan I'll just put in a new one because I've had this one opened for a while, so it's just been drying. That's what happens when you buy too many mascaras and you open too many mascaras, that you end up drying out. So by next month I'll probably have a new one, but for now I'm enjoying it. I also have the Glossier Lash Stick, which is also almost dry, and if I do actually use it this month for more natural looks, I'm going to put in just a new lash stick because I like to always keep a glossy lash stick on hand because the perfect like tinted lash look, like they don't really get clumpy or really long, they just look super like black and defined, which is nice. The Lottie London Art Rival brow pen, I haven't used it at all, but I'm going to keep it in just because it's the only brow pencil I have in here right now. I just keep on using just the brow gel. I don't use any pencils right now, so I'm just going to keep it in, but I'm not using it actively right now, so there's no progress on that. Lips. Let's do lips. I've been putting in a lot of new lip glosses into my project pans. I would buy a lip gloss, get really excited about it, and then put it into my project pan. I've taken all of those out because why am I using new product when I have 1 to 2 year old lip glosses that are on the verge of expiry and just not using them up, right? So I have about 20 high glosses from Kylie Cosmetics because I was obsessed with buying them a year ago and I need to finish them up because some of them, I opened them and they don't quite have that vanilla scent anymore. So these are the oldest ones I have. These are some of the first I ever bought from her, and they're from the 2019 2019 Valentine's Day collection, I believe. She still has them restocked. She keeps on restocking them because they're some of her most popular shades. But these are from the original launch, not the restocks. These I got when she was like selling out, and I managed to get on the website on time and grab these. And then I just decided to not use them. I don't know. So I'm putting them in because I'm going to insert a picture because right now they've been laying, so you can't really tell how much I've used up. But this is how much I've used up. These aren't filled super full because the wand is so chunky that they need to leave some space for it. So once you take the wand out, you can tell how much product you've used up. This is how much I've used up with the wand in. So you can imagine it's much less without the wand. So the colours are Blow Me Away, Story of Us, and Sweet. So Sweet is a pink with yellow gold reflexes. Then we have a really chunky glitter. This one's more smooth, just like a champagne-y with some champagne-y like glitters going through it. And then we have a brown with hot pink glitters going through it. You can tell I've used up a lot of these, so I'm putting these in, and hopefully I managed to use these up quite quickly. I remember I went on holiday once and I pretty much just kept on reapplying it, and I used up one within like 2 weeks. So I'm putting these in and actually trying to use them. However, I did buy a new lip gloss that I really like, and it's in the project pan because I want to have an excuse to use it. I know I just said I don't want to do that, but at the same time, I'm here to break my own rules. In my last project pan, I had the Glossier clear lip gloss just because I wanted to use it up. It was getting quite old. So instead of that one, I'm putting in another clear lip gloss from Kylie, which I bought because this is my favorite shade of lip gloss ever. Like, I don't think there's another lip gloss that hits quite as good as this one. It's Kylie Clear, except it's not actually clear. She then released an actual clear lip gloss that's called Crystal, but clear isn't actually clear. It's slightly pink, but that makes it look beautiful. So when you're not wearing any makeup or like a no makeup look, and you don't put on any lip liner, and you just apply this, it makes your lips get a slight, very teensy-weensy pink tint, and it just makes your lips look really like plump and juicy. So this is about where I'm at with it. It's ultimately a clear gloss, but I really like it. So those are the 4 I'm putting in. I'm also putting in the new baby, the So Juicy lip gloss in Candy Coated. I really like it, so I'm putting it into the project pan because I need an excuse to use it. I'm wearing it right now. It's really nice, but I'm going to try and focus on the Kylie glosses. I'm putting in the pink eyeliner from the Cloud Spun collection. I have 5 lip liners, and it's a little bit overkill, but I like to have a lip liner for every occasion. So I have 2 from Kylie, 3 from Colourpop. So this is how much they're used up from kind of the bottom as I've got them placed on my hand. So we have Forever and Always Cool BFF Ginger, Minute Man, which is my favorite lip liner right now. I'm wearing it right now, and I think they've discontinued it because I can't find it on the website. Not even like out of stock, it's just not there. And everyone asks me about it, and I'm so upset because I really like it as well, and it doesn't seem to be there. And then the last one is Lumiere. So they're like pink, like a nudie pink, an orangey brown, a cool toned brown, and then just like a nudie pink as well. So those are the lip liners I'm using right now, and they're the only ones I'm putting in. Then we have the Generation G lipstick from Glossier in Leo, which is my favorite. I'm wearing it right now with the lip liner, just slightly. It's like a matte lip tint. I have about this much of it. I've not made much progress, but I really like this lipstick. I like this formula a lot, so I'm keeping that in. I haven't used this, which is the Odin's Eye lipstick in Love Jasmine, because I just haven't been wearing bullet lipsticks at all. I've been wearing like lip liners and lip glosses, and that's it. But I'm looking forward to using this because the shade is stunning. So I want to use this one more. And then I have the Colourpop Lippy Stick from the Wild Child collection in Brat Pack, which is a beautiful chocolatey brown, about this much. So we'll see by next month how much I've used up. I'm putting in the, I can't unclick this to show you guys how much is in there because it doesn't click back in, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip balm lipstick thing that they have, but I haven't used a lot of it, so not really much progress to show. And then I'm putting in a Blotted Lip because I wanted something really pink. This is the Ultra Blotted Lip from the Sailor Moon collection in the shade Bunhead. You can't really tell how much progress I've made because I haven't made any progress, but I'm putting that in. And that is it. I've made some good progress. I'm putting in some new stuff. I've used up things. I've hit pan on things. I think this is a successful project pan update, and I'll see you in my next one. Let me know what you're using up, what you're not using up, what you've hit pan on, etc. Comment down below anything other than that. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.